Hi guys, another one of my rambling beginnings to one of my videos. You might remember this little guy. I bought him from Poundland and he didn't work, so I spent a bit of time trying to fix him, and I fixed him and then he broke again, and fixed him and then he broke again. I ended up taking the coil out of the base, and I had it outside and I broke the wires on it and so on and so forth. In the end I basically gave up, and then today when I was rummaging through all my bits and pieces I remembered I made this thing. Slider 2732 did the original, and I copied his idea. He called it a TIE fighter because it's sort of a circle in the middle and two panels on the outside, and that's made from the parts from one of these rockers. It's the two of the solar panels and one of the coils in the middle, and it's just directly connected. So when the light shines on the panel it makes a magnetic field because the current flows through the coil. That is repelled by the magnet on the side there. That pushes it round a bit, so it loses the power of the sunlight, or lamp in this case, but as it pushes it round it pushes the next panel into place. So the second panel then charges the coil, and it's a continuous process. As it spins round it's switching the coil on and off, and that actually makes it spin under its own power. So that meant I'd got quite a few bits and pieces that I knew I had, but I had to find them. I am waffling, aren't I? The end result is I found another. In fact I found a couple more bits and pieces, and if I just lift him out of the way, this is another one. Another circuit board, another panel, and another coil. This one I cut straight out the bottom, leaving the plastic on the back of it so I could use it for another project. And what I want to do now is use a hairdryer to see if we can heat up the glue that holds it in place, release it off that bit of plastic, put it back on this one, and see if we can get him working again the way he should. If I hold him over there, he's working anyway, just sitting on top of that coil. Oh, that's slightly out of alignment. Give him a little shake to get him going. I have noticed for some reason there must be a bit of plastic moulding, a bit of swarf sticking somewhere, because sometimes he sticks anyway. Yeah, you see he's quite happy now. So that's tonight's little project. See if I can heat that up, get it off that bit of plastic, put it back. You can see these two marks there. The coil sits just there. So I'll put that one there and see if we can get it working. I did notice that coil is bigger than the original. So, well, we'll see how that goes anyway. So I'll plug my hairdryer in. Means I've got to turn one of the lights off because I've only got, oh no, I've got a third socket. Yeah, we can reach from the wall socket. So what I will do is I'll put a heat-proof surface under there. Remember, these wires are so fine they break ever so easily. In fact, I was looking at that one I found as well, and I think that one's got one of the surface wires where it's been rubbed by the magnet going over it out of alignment. It's actually broken some wires on the top. So as I say, I've got quite a few of these laying around. Right, this will be noisy. There's no point trying to force this underneath, it'll just break the wires. I'm trying to bend the plastic. Trouble is, it looks like the wire might be caught in the glue. This is why I'd cut it first time rather than trying to release it like this. See the wires actually in that glue. This is not going to plan. Right, I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about, but the wire is going underneath the glue that is still attached to the white plastic. So if I just pull the coil straight away, that bit of wire is going to stay attached to the white plastic and break. I've got to try and get that glue off the white plastic, and heating it doesn't seem to be helping. That didn't work out very well. As I predicted, the bit of wire under the glue broke. So, same as last time, I had to make a solder joint on the little tail that was sticking out of the centre. So we've repaired the wire. So now we'll see if we can put it in place on there and get it all back together. I've popped it back in place, used a bit of white craft glue, which will take a while to dry. The wires on the surface of the coil have come a bit loose, so I've very carefully pushed them back into position, dropped it back in place, so that one's going to sit on there, and then we need to line up those with those holes. Right. Give it a bit of direct light. Not as happy as he should be. As I say, this one doesn't seem to rock properly anyway. Probably ought to take him right apart. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're in too close, aren't we? Yeah, he seems to slide on his pivot a little bit. You have to get him to the right position to get him to rock happily. So, there we go, we've repaired him in the end. We've replaced the coil with one from a different rocker. Yeah, there's clearly something wrong with the pivot that he's on. As I say, there's probably a little bit of the flashing from the moulding. I expect if I could get him apart, I might be able to clean it. Depends whether he's going to come apart easily or whether he's going to be awkward. I think that's what the problem is. This slides backwards and forwards, and if it slides forwards, it actually rubs against that post. So you have to push him back. Yeah, I'm sure that's what the problem is. It's actually catching on the back of there. Does that go through there? Yeah, it goes through there. No, upside down. Yeah, that one goes through there. Yeah. So that goes through there, but it mustn't rub against there. Right, I'm going to stop filming while I sort this out, because this could be hours. Well, to be honest, that didn't take as long as I expected. Once I moved the camera out of the way so I could actually work on it, everything went into place easily. So there we go. Repaired. Working. A ridiculous amount of time I spent on it. And if you worked it out on an hourly rate, I could have probably bought, well, probably a dozen of these for the amount of time I spent on there. In fact, more than a dozen, I would think. I can't remember what the minimum wage is now. It's so long since I've been paid. I've spent several hours on that overall. So really not worth the effort, but satisfying when it's finally done. Remembering the idea was to take it apart, put leads on it so we could connect it to an external battery. But I think knowing this one's got this problem where he slides forwards and jams, I don't think I'll use him anyway. So we won't worry about him. I'll just put him in the window and leave him. Pushed him back a bit too far now, haven't I? Yeah, somewhere between the two. There we go. A lot of effort for no real benefit other than personal satisfaction. Come on, shake properly. That's what it is. It's this bit. And of course we're still using the LED lights rather than proper sunlight. You can't see him now. He's rocking with a good bit of light on him. Yeah. That'll do. It works, but it'll go in the sun in the window ledge rather than being used for my battery project. A quick update on the little witch running on the potato battery. That's probably 48 hours now she's been running. Clearly very happy with the potatoes. I am keeping them wet so they don't dry out. So that's the only thing I'm doing that I didn't do last time, many years ago when I did it before. I let them dry right out, whereas now I'm giving them a drink of water to keep them fresh, I suppose. But she's going fine. And he's just ticking a little bit under these LED lights. Thanks for watching. If you like that, then you might like this. And if you like this and that, you might like to subscribe over there.